Our next presenter is Matt Schofield from our Division of Human Resources to give us an update on what's going on over there. Is Tracy?
No, she's okay.
Okay.
Good morning. I had my presentation passed out, so if you want to grab that, I'm just going to grab a couple bullet points from each slide. And then if you have any other questions with anything else that you do see within here, my email address is on the sixth slide. So we just went through an update of our GHRS system, and we switched over to what's now called Advantage HRM. The way to best categorize this is a switch from like a computer the size of the one in War Games, which was this huge, massive computer, which spare parts had to be procured from eBay this last time around. So now we're on a web-based system that can be run off of any computer. On the second slide, how does this most impact employees? Besides the normal everyday users in the school system, in the schoolhouses, the financial secretaries, the timekeepers, the biggest thing how it affects every other of our 13,000 employees is the use of employee ID. Forever we were getting screamed at, why do we still use social? It's so antiquated. Let's move to employee ID. So that's there. So the biggest thing that everybody here can do is go through their office and any form that says Social Security number on it, that's an AACPS form, is get rid of it, because there is a replacement for it. And we can provide that for you if you do not know where to go to get that. We're going to skip the fourth slide and move right on to the fifth. And the biggest thing to remember on that one is now that we are on this new system and we're in a direct communication with the financial side of the house and the budget system, is the budget account validation. Before, when you would put a budget account code on the overtime sheet, sometimes they'd slip through because the code used to be good, but now it hadn't been updated in the HR system, but now it goes and reads right away. So you enter in that number, and even if it's one little character off, one little digit off, it flags. And then you get a nice call from your timekeeper or your payroll clerk asking you, what's the correct budget to use. So really make sure you have the correct budget number. And then on the next slide, I already covered HR forms being updated. And most of the information now is found on the intranet, and there's a couple different links and addresses to provide you with any information that you do need to know on 3.9. And one of the most exciting things still to come is employee self-service. This is going to allow employees to go in and look at their paycheck, look at their deductions, look at their fringe benefits, look at their leave balances. So it will cut down on hopefully some questions that you guys have to deal with on a daily basis with employees. They'll also eventually will be having, not for this next calendar year, but the following, we will have W-2 forms there, so they'll be able to print theirs off. They won't have to request duplicates. You won't have to be stuffing it in their mailboxes, getting the accusations that mine never made it to my mailbox. And they'll be able to change their addresses, their phone numbers, their emergency contacts, because I know right now in the schoolhouses you keep a whole listing of emergency contacts for each employee. So our hope is to eventually get to the point where we will be able to, just on a regular basis or on request, provide you with a whole listing of any emergency contact that they put in the system so you can update it, so you're not chasing after, that one person in the far out corner of the hall that never comes down to sign a timesheet or never comes down to fill out the form you need them to fill out. And the biggest thing, and to wrap it up, is to thank your payroll staff. Now, it's been a big transition for anybody here that works on the timekeeping system and enters leave, but it's been a big deal on them as well, just especially with all the code red days we had for that first pay, and everybody got paid at first pay. I know a similar system not too far up the road where they did the same type of switch over to a different company, but it went so horribly wrong that their pat line was, if you got half your paycheck, we're going to get you on your next paycheck. I don't know about your mortgage lender, but mine doesn't just take half and let me catch them up next. I thank you for your time.